So, we will skip tutorial, of course. It's kinda strange to read it after the game completion. um, yeah. The last thing that is left is artifacts. It's superpowers and just a lot of story that we will try to read. Berserk. Test subject. Such test subjects exposed to this sphere exhibit extreme rage and increased strength. It has been noted that subjects given the Berserk sphere will vent their rage on any living creature they can find, and will even self-harm if they have no outlet for their fury. Seems like a Doom guy for me. Um, in the extremely rare case that a subject survives exposure, they will be left in a perpetual state of delirium and should be exterminated. So normal humans just go nuts from all out of this thing, from this thing. Uh, Haste. This sphere invigorates the imbiber. I don't know the word imbiber. Maybe it's the dude who is imbued, maybe, with lightning speed. Once broken, this sphere releases a charged cloud of soul breaker energy, which forms a powerful, albeit brief, exoskeleton that charges and accelerates all natural movement. While the effects are brief, the speed that a hastened subject can reach is breathtaking. The heart rate also increases dramatically, ultimately resulting in myocardial rupture. The heart quite literally explodes. Nice stuff. I suggest you to try it. Invulnerability. When it is absorbed, the stimulant diffuses agent plasma to the basal layer below the dermis, creating a tough film of bioplasma beneath the skin that protects the user from external attacks. This can make the demon almost entirely invulnerable until the plasma has been dissipated through repeated punishment. The bioplasma comes into direct contact with the nerve cells beneath the skin, which causes excruciating pain throughout the process. This increases the likelihood that, in the throes of agonizing torment, the mindless demon will try to attack targets that are clearly beyond their ability. Oh, it looks like my behavior with this power up. Quad damage. Once ingested, the subject effectively becomes a host for what was presumed to be the most powerful of Yult Thrang's demons. Any weapon held by the subject is enhanced, giving it up to 4 times as much projectile force and ballistic power. Though the effects are short lived, they can be devastating. During the initial testing phase, patient C-132, a volunteer Tier 2 advocate, managed to decapitate 3 security personnel using nothing more than a pocket knife. Doom Marine. It's a brighter suit. Additional relics were found in the tomb alongside the Doom Marine. Some incantation tablets and an ancient combat suit, which was given a name, the Praetor suit. When found, it was encased in an inscribed stone tomb. The suit was extracted from the rock, cleaned, and subjected to numerous tolerance tests, and found to be almost impervious to any damage. It appeared to have some mechanical function as well, small receptors on the gloves and chest plate that attracted urgent plasma and dissipated it through capillary tubes in the substructure. Markings on the armor were also consistent with images of a man or humanoid seen in several of the tablets and stones found on other expeditions. The same markings were also noted on the Helix stone. Despite it being clear that the suit can be activated in some way, no methods has been found to do it. It appears to be missing a component, likely the Doom Marine itself. Doom Marine. Without doubt, the USC's most remarkable recent discovery was uncovered in its expedition to Hell's Khadinir Sanctum. After several kilometers through nearly impossible terrain, the team discovered a sealed tomb. Its entrance and walls covered in protective runes and imprisoned incantations. Once opened, the tomb revealed many artifacts, including the Praetor's suit. Most notable, however, was an enormous sarcophagus bound to the center bedrock of the tomb with thick iron bands, seemingly anchored to prevent anything from getting in or out. It was initially believed the sarcophagus must hold a rare or powerful demon, but when later opened, it revealed the body of a man. The body was not petrified or decomposed. In fact, he appeared to be only sleeping, despite the fact that the bed he lay in seemed millennia old. Despite the fact that the bed he lay in seemed millennia old. Attempts to wake the man were fruitless, and to harm him even more so, harm him even more so, as a protective agent barrier around the body kept him safe from harm in permanent stasis. Oh, there's a lot of text. USC archivists catalogued the discovery DM1-5, but project personnel had soon dubbed him the Doom Marine. While the history of this man remains conjecture, the Helix Stone, as well as other artifacts found at the Agent fracture and during the Hell expedition of ET M13, have shed some light on his identity. An etching in the book of Divo, another discovery of the Khadir, why I called Khadir? It's Kadingir expedition depicts the Doom Marine wearing the Praetor suit, engaging demons in battle as a hooded figure looks on. This image had been previously observed numerous times in other artifacts, but only with the actual discovery of the Doom Marine and Praetor suit in the sealed Kadingir tomb have researchers begun to put other pieces together. It is now believed the Doom Marine might have been part of an ancient group or tribe, or maybe even their leader. Whether he is god, demon, or human will remain undetermined until the agent barrier protecting his body can be deactivated. Further deepening the mystery of his origin, UAC remote monitoring drones in surf during the Kadingir expedition recorded a protracted and deadly battle during the sarcophagus extraction. The demons attempting to defend the tomb with an instinctual ferocity previously unobserved. Once tethered and returned to the UEC, the sarcophagus was studied and first opened at the Lazarus Labs, but went missing a few weeks later. It was believed that Samuel Hayden had the body operator's suit moved and hidden to keep it secure, although why he considered it to be under threat is not known. On final note, to date, the Doom Marine and Samuel Hayden are the only known non-demon entities to successfully cross over from the Hell dimension to our own, despite several attempts by other UAC personnel to do the same. Probably others just died in process, not teleportation, but killed from demons. Okay, so we've learned a lot just from the story, and now we are reading the Slayer Testament. It seems like there's 6 of them. Maybe I have missed some. Let's read it, and then the race at the end. So it was told in brutal voice. I don't want to replicate it, and probably I can't. So I'll do it more like a voice of USC advancement chatter. It's a high-pitched, generic voice. In the first stage, in the first battle, when the shadows first lengthened, one stood, burned by the embers of Armageddon. His soul blistered the fires of hell and tainted beyond ascension. He chose the path of perpetual torment. In his ravenous hatred he found no peace, and with boiling blood he scoured the umbral plains, seeking vengeance against the Dark Lords who had wronged him. He wore the crown of the Night Sentinels, and those that tasted the bite of his sword named him the Doomslayer. Tempered by the fires of hell, his iron will remain steadfast through the passage that preys upon the weak, for he alone was the Hell Walker, the unchained predator, who sought retribution in all quarters, dark and light, fire and ice, in the beginning and the end, and he hunted the slaves of doom with barbarous cruelty, for he passed through the through the divide as none but demon had before. Oh, someone told this story much smoother than I am. Sorry for that, but we still endure this, and we will research what it is. What is it? And in his conquest against the blackened souls of the doomed, his prowess was shown. In his crusade, the Seraphim bestowed upon him terrible power and speed, and with his might he crushed the obsidian pillars of the blood temples. He set forth without pity upon the beasts of the 9 circles. Unbreakable, incorruptible, unyielding, the Doomslayer sought to end the dominion of the Dark Realm. The age of his reckoning was uncounted. The scribes carved his name deep in the tablets of hell across eons, and each battle edged terror in the hearts of the demons. They knew he would come, as he always had, as he always will, to feast on the blood of the wicked, for he alone could draw strength from his fallen foes, and even ever his power grew, swift and unrelenting. None could stand before the horde but the Doomslayer. Despair spread before him like a plague, striking fear into the shadow dwellers, driving them to deeper and darker pits. But from the depths of the abyss rose the Great One, a champion mightier than all who had come before. The Titan of immeasurable power and ferocity, he strode upon the plain and faced the Doomslayer. And a mighty battle was fought on the desolate plains. The Titan fought with the fury of the countless that had fallen at the Doomslayer's hand, but there fell the Titan, and in his defeat the Shadow Horde were routed. And in his terrible rancor between worlds and through time, the Hellwalker found the wretch who shall not be named, but in his heresy was loyal to his evil cause. The wretch adorned the Doomslayer in a mighty armor, wrought in the forges of hell, impenetrable and unyielding. With sword and shield of adamant strength, the Doomslayer set to banish all that were left unbroken by his savagery to the void. Okay, can I summarize this testament in few words? Okay, so the Doomslayer is the one who fed upon his slain brethren. I don't remember how it called. Praetors, maybe? Brethren? Let's look at it. I want to quote it. Unchained Predator? No. I want to find it. For he alone could draw strength from his fallen foes. So probably there were few of similar powerful creatures, human-like humanoids, and one of them has special ability to be connected with his brethren, with his foes. Oh no, foes is enemies, not friends. Sorry, I have misunderstood. So no, maybe he becomes more powerful from killing the doom demons, and his power grew. Also, he forged, or someone helped him to forge this super armor, and so he just killed everyone, but even the Titan, who was of immeasurable power and ferocity. But this testament doesn't tell how he was entombed. Maybe the Doom Dark Ages will tell us, so I don't need to be too quick with that. Let's move on. Then, the Wraiths. While there have been no confirmed sightings of these creatures, much is known about them as they are revered by the demons and references multiple times in all explored areas of hell. According to scriptures found in the Kadingir Sanctum, the Wraiths are elemental beings that inhabit the realm of Argent Denure, a world that was colonized in the first age of Ascension. The Wraiths were defied by Deified, I know what it means, by the people of Argent Denure, and protected by their fiercest warriors, the Night Sentinels. They are believed to have been imbued with a powerful energy. The elemental race, if they do still exist in Argent Denure, have no doubt been corrupted by the power of hell. However, descriptions of the beasts suggest that they were terrifying in their own form before any demonization occurred. The protection of this beast was both a measure to harness the power they generated and also a defense against them, hence the need for a warrior order to serve as protectors rather than a simple priest caste. Several tablets describe the worship of the Wraiths as a necessity to avoid their wrath, and the Angmar Codex specifically states that Wraith's call, the sign of an approaching wraith, caused panic and terror among the people of Argent Denure. It is also possible that some sacrificial ceremonies were attached to the worship of the Wraiths. Further reading from the Angmar Codex, the Night Sentinels stood strong against our legions. Conquest of Argent Denure, empowered by the wrath race energy was spoiled at every turn. Yet our darkest hour came a lowly hell priest. In our darkest hour came a lowly hell priest, Dieg Graf, and in his guidance a weakness in a heathen of the night sentinels was found. The bargain was struck thus. For the return of the betrayer's only son, lost on the battlefield, Dark Graf must be taken to the source of their power, the elemental race. Led there by the wretched betrayer, the Graf and his cabal set a curse upon the race as they slept, and used their essence for all our own devices. With the power of the race, they formed the well that which brings us upon our enemies. Thus, the city of Argent and their false gods fell under the unholy might of the hell priests. For his payment, the betrayer's son was returned to him in our form, and the icon of sin was brought upon the heavens. His vengeance was swift and merciless, for the wages of treachery are suffering. With the fall of Agendanur, the realm was taken into ours. Their temples and ruins, their carved stone, rock, and edifice, all was absorbed into our realm and taken as trophies of our triumph. What does it mean, even? I need to wrap my head around it. So let's think about the artifacts themselves. So the race, I think they're like not heroes there. They are powerful, very powerful beasts, but they are not exactly demons, at least not at the start. But later they were demonized when living in hell, and also from the some kind of treacherous deal, bargain, race, the power of race formed the well, which is main source of demons and energy, as I see it. At least the energy for Mars. Maybe the betrayer's son is Doom Marine itself, and he gained some powers too, and he is revenging for the treachery. Yeah, that's what I see. And maybe Argentinur was a city of human-like people. I don't know their race. Are they exactly human? The knights, very powerful humanoids, who fought and had some deals with demons. I mean, they had some battles. But in the end, they lost their city because of this deal and this situation. Two demons, and so it was a very demonic place after that. Yeah, and the Praetor suit is special demonic suit, and so it looks like a normal, normal UAC construction. You can see metal, you can see notches, you can see leather or something like that, and so on. It's very plain old. I don't see it as some demonic thing, but judging by lore, it is. The Doom Marine itself, however, is something like a half god, which is almost impossible to kill, to defeat, and he is eternal and break them all eternally. Let's finalize my thoughts on the lore. So I'm talking globally based on this codex lore that I have read, what I think. I think that there's interesting dichotomy of technology plus some corporate bullshit at the one hand, and another hand is some kind of spiritual, extra dimensional magic, goddess, demons versus humans and sins and sacrifices part. Yeah, and when we read everything here, it's like it's all slow descent from business stuff and just human stuff to some mad nuts and spiritual stuff, and goes back to history and testament that eons years that was written eons years ago. Yeah, what I think about that? It's written pretty good. Partially, I like that there's some effort in writing this and imagining this story. I believe it is used for the world building. That's great. That's great news. Um, but it doesn't goes against the gameplay. So gameplay is another thing, and the game itself is mostly another thing. There's not a lot of cutscenes and dialogues. They're kind of ambiguous, if you ask me. And as the gameplay story, I will call it like that. I will talk about it later. Now I'm talking about deeper lore of this game. Let's go and look for a different level to see the atmosphere of Mars. I hope that I will start rightfully, not from the from the first seconds. I hope I start at the Mars. Yeah, I started here. Yeah, it looks like a thick atmosphere, and I suppose, maybe I'm wrong, it's thicker than the real Mars. But it doesn't look like Earth either. Anyway, what I think about the whole world, it has some parody. It's kind of subtle in places, but I don't know. It's not that subtle. And I think the writing here is more harsh, or maybe more edgy than compared to the Doom 3 world building. This writing is more global, it's more symbolic, definitely. It's more fun, and in Doom 3 it was realistic and shows you gradual descent into some kind of disturbing things. Here it's more like at the surface it was just a corporate bullshit and scientific technology progress, but if you dig a little bit deeper, it's just some like corporate cultists or something like that, which is very fun. And I think there's a lot of allusion of art technology, sometimes the religion when you don't understand it, or maybe it's like some voodoo shit. First of all, second, I think it's allegory of scientific progress by all means. It feels like that. So it's like we need always to be bigger, better, and it doesn't matter what it costs. I suppose that it wasn't like the Earth was in deep shit. It increased their demand of energy, yeah, for sure. but it was kind of sustainable, or it could go to the lower limits to be sustainable. But they don't want to, like we don't want to do it in our real world. And and the uh, and the solution itself were to create this well, this beacon, this energy from hell adventure endeavor to supply the demand. And with this new energy flow, I think Earth increases their demand too. So it's like, when your salary increases, so do your spending, and you can't live on previous salary. It's like that. The Earth would not live on the same energy levels. They needed more, and that's why Samuel told the Doomslayer that they have no choice. It's like always increase your hunger, and I think the game itself makes fun of that, even though very slightly. But I think it's important part of the story that we go to any sacrifices to supply the hunger that always increases. So it's kind of like a Ouroboros. It's infinite cycle. Yeah, that's what I see here. And I also see the making fun of the corporate speech when it's even can be a demonic bullshit, but it sounds like, oh, we are going to be careful with you. You are just doing your work. We are just a family. You have a greater cause. It's all the stuff we hear in the corporate speak, and it's like mocking that. And it's very beautiful, I think. And the whole premise is thought provoking, at least in this area for me, in the area of combination of insatiable hunger that leads to sacrifices, in sense of playing with corporate speech to go to all limitless spaces. Your boundaries are broken. They advise you how to be eaten by demons, how to be sacrificed, and why is it great? And just, I don't know. In our country, there's one anecdote, joke. When the soldier asked what to do when you see a nuclear mushroom, and the answer was, you need to straighten your hands, to extend your rifle out of yourself. Why? So that molten metal from your rifle doesn't harm your boots, because boots are given by your country. So it's something like that here. So you need to be careful. If demons eating you, try to not break our equipment, because it's costly. And if you are being beaten by Titan, oh, that's great. Just photo him, just record your demise, so that we can research it. That's funny, and all the small things, I think it's very funny. As a Doomslayer stuff and the lore in this sense of, I don't know, eons and witches, or race, and so on, the hell, I don't see anything great here. I think it's okay. I think they did a good job to combine gameplay area, to combine the story, and to combine the previous games, to try to explain it. Because if you recall it, in Doom 2 or Doom 1, it's just a guy. It's just a guy who did great thing, like in Half-Life, IP. So yeah, I see it like a connection with everything, but I don't think it's beautiful. I think it's a great solution to the problem, but I don't find it important, beautiful, and deep and fun. Not going to say the same for their environment and idea of harvesting the hell energy which breaks loose to demons, the sacrifices for insatiable hunger, and the corporate bullshit that leads us to some stupid and inhuman conditions. That's what I think about it. As of story of game, I have told it in the review, but I think the story wasn't so clear. Uh, it wasn't black and white, and maybe it's good idea. Maybe it's great that it isn't black and white. But at the same time, maybe at some stupid level, and maybe I'm doing stupid level of thinking here because the dialogues were not much, not front and center, not huge amounts of them. Maybe that's why. Maybe I'm just kind of stupid. I don't know. But I wanted to have some good understanding of who is bad, why we are doing that, was it a right choice, and even though this is a great badass Doomslayer, he's not a human even. So, and he's like some kind of caricature. He's just destroying, ignoring, and so on, which I kind of don't like. And moreover, it's a funny but thin line here. The thin line is that the explainer here, the man who leads us on the whole levels, this is Samuel. He leads us really, and we don't like him out of get-go. You can see it in his in the animation of your character, and at the start, as I understood it, it's like a conflict between them, between Doomslayer and the Samuel, right out of the get-go. But I don't know which side I'm on. While Samuel was some kind of nasty character, a little bit, he's not like black and white or just black character, and I can't say that Doomslayer is a white character. He's just a killer machine, and that's it. And another point that was very strange is that while we go to the conflict with this Samuel, 90% of the time we do what he says. That's it. So we are doing his tasks. As a player, I cannot judge for myself. I cannot choose either to break tower or fix it or something like that, to follow his rule or do my own thing. So it's kind of a conflict, but we are led by him. And whoa, spoilers! At the end, he betrays us. He's not so good of a guy at the start, but we are following him. And that lore is kinda like how it's called. It's entangled. It's difficult to unravel, and it's difficult to feel myself, feel empathy for the characters. So for some reason, for some part, I see each character deeper than, I don't know, Disney characters. It's not like, oh, I'm evil, I'm 100% evil, and Doomslayer, oh, I am the force of good, I save everyone. It's not that. It's kind of realistic. That's great, but maybe the lack of spotlight, lack of information and context uh, leads me to wanting something like Disney story. Maybe if it were like CRPG, for example, where there's deep dialogues, where you have choices, that would be great. If this game has um, gameplay like how it called Disco Elysium, then great. It's like Doomslayer. What will you do? Follow Samuel, break everything to pieces, or walk away to hellish landscape? Then great. But in the end, I don't control the story, and all characters are questionable, and in the end, I get questionable tasks to do, and I must do them. And then, whoa, whoa, whoa! What a surprise! You were betrayed. That's very strange. So that's why in-game story, I don't know how to call it. I think it's bad for a game. It's okay as a movie. So I don't like this story. I like the gameplay. I like graphics and I liked the lore and environment. I like the idea, but the story itself, it's passable at best. So thank you for sitting with me for hours and goodbye.